as we know, millions of people will be watching the Super Bowl this weekend. But the question is, what will they be paying the most attention to? Is it the score, the spread, or how many seconds the national anthem will be? When money and betting is on the line, the stakes can be high, but at what cost? This morning, we are joined by Nigel Turner, a scientist with a focus in gambling studies at the Center for Addiction and Mental Health. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So sports betting, we know it's just so easy to access now. People could be sitting at home on their phone, on the couch. They've got all their banking there. They can do easy swipes, left and right. How has sports gambling changed over the years?
Well, it used to be a very small percentage of the population engaged in sports gambling, and now it is a much larger percentage of the population, although it is still, most people who gamble are still gambling on slot machines and table games. But it is a much larger percentage than it used to be.
How is this easy access impacting our young people?
Well, the problem is and again, this is for all gambling, not just sports gambling per se, but easy access makes it easy to start the habit of gambling and hard to stop.
And then we are sort of inundated with all those ads. Don't you find, in the last couple of years, too many, and then you've got sort of big names attached to these ads giving it some credibility too, saying, listen, if I'm doing this, then you should do it as well. And I worry about that with the young people watching that.
Well, we're quite pleased that they cut back on the celebrities, especially ones that appeal to youth. So we're happy they did that, but I still think there are too many ads in general.
For somebody watching right now, either themselves or they're thinking about a loved one, what are some signs of a sports gambling addiction?
Well, the problem with gambling as an addiction is it's a hidden addiction. You can't smell it on their breath. But you look for signs of changing in mood during games, for example. Are they getting excessively excited? On the other hand, are they getting upset when their team doesn't win? Or in many cases, it's not just whether the team wins, but whether they cover the point spread. And so, their team might win, but they may still get angry at the outcome of the game because they lost the bet.
And Nigel, when we're talking about betting, again, to your point, we're not just talking about the score, we're not just talking about the spread either. It is down to sort of like the minor details of a game. As I mentioned off the top, how many seconds is the national anthem going to be? Who's going to, things like that people are betting on as well. I'm curious about sort of that section of gamblers. What does that say about somebody's potential addiction to gambling? Yeah,
well, one of the concerns we have is that there are now so many ways in which you can bet on a game, and it continuously is changing during the game, that makes sports betting more like gambling on a slot machine, because it becomes a continuous game, whereas traditionally sports betting was very discontinuous. You would make a bet and wait until the outcome of the game. But with many of these micro bets, it's now a continuous opportunity for gambling, which we believe it makes it more potentially addictive than you would normally have.
So let's talk about a safe way to bet. For those that want to do it safely, how can people participate without going overboard?
Well, you figure out how much money you can afford to lose. And only gamble with money you can afford to lose. Because as soon as you start expecting to win, then you are potentially leading to trouble. Don't chase either win. If you win, don't assume that's going to happen again. Don't chase losses. If you lose, it's gone. Don't assume that you can win back what you've lost, because you are never due for a win. And don't think you can beat the odds, because the odds makers, the companies that are running these sports books, they know more about the games than you do. So have fun. You
can have
fun.
fun.
And have fun, but don't bet with money you can't afford to lose.
Who's going to win? No, I'm just kidding. Nigel Turner, thank you very much for being here and walking us through that.